We are going live here on my Divine Guidance with Rachel Cooley page. Hello, dear ones. I have with me by my side today the amazing and beautiful Phoebe Fazio. Welcome, Phoebe.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here.
Yay! We're so glad to have you here with us. So awesome. So everyone, I am so excited to bring Phoebe here to join us today live on my Divine Guidance page here on Facebook. And Phoebe is our amazing host of our upcoming next week Holistic Healers World Conference. So I'm going to start out by reading, woohoo, we're psyched. I'm going to read Phoebe's bio, and we are going to, from them, have a wonderful interview and conversation. So welcome, dear ones, whether you're live or on the replay. Welcome, Phoebe.
Hey, replay watchers.
Hey. So I will start out with your bio, Phoebe. So Phoebe Fazio is a speaker, summit host, and visibility coach who trains hands-on healers and channelers to be more visible and to attract their ideal clients, especially during this global pandemic. So powerful, Phoebe, and so needed. Yeah. So that they can have a thriving, profitable, and sustainable healing practice. Phoebe has developed a 7-step system to grow your business in her Channel Your Business program that gives you the exact steps to take to get into alignment with who you are, your divine gifts, and your zone of genius so that you can live the life you truly deserve and desire fully. Welcome, Phoebe.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks, Rachel, for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Yes. Woohoo. So let's start out with our first question, Phoebe. And that is, how did you come to host the Holistic Healers World Conference? Please share with us. I really want to hear the story.
You know, it's kind of a funny one because, you know, I've been a Reiki healer. I'm a Reiki master, I've been sound healer, and became a yoga teacher. And I, you know, was doing all these things to grow my business. And, you know, like today, I mean, now this will be my 4th summit. Wow. And I lead these summits and I help healers grow their business online. And, you know, it's such an exciting part of my life. I look forward to twice a year leading summits. I have this one and the Global Channeling Summit. But I wasn't always, you know, like this visible and this much available online like this with a summit. And a friend of mine, a colleague, was doing telesummits. They called them telesummits back then. They were online. I remember they were on the phone. And she was like, you know, I said, well, how's that going? You know, she's loving it. And she says, you should do it. And I'm like, no, you know how that is. If somebody says to me, you're like, no, I'm doing this other thing. I'm working on this part of my business over here. And so she respected that. And then later, and then she's very intuitive. She's an animal communicator. She's a healer and everything. She's like, I really see you doing these summits. And I'm like, no, I'm in this program and we don't do summits. I'm just staying in the lane that I'm in. One more time, you know, like I hear the third message and I'm like, all right, tell me what's involved in this. I don't know why. And actually it was another client, a client that I was working with on her channeling. And when she was practicing channeling her messages and I was asking questions, they were the collective that she was channeling were telling me that I was going to be working with channelers.
Wow.
And I was like, what does that look like? Like, how am I attracting channelers? And they're like, oh, you don't have to advertise, and it's going to be somebody in your yoga class or in, you know, something that you're just doing. And then, you know, then the guidance started coming in. Oh, the summit. Oh, a channeling summit. And my friend goes, yes. And so like, there was all this yes coming through. And so I started with the channeling summit, just jumping in with both feet. That's kind of how I learn, like just jump in and figure it out. but like all the things came together. And isn't it
Awesome.
always that way?
Yes.
You say yes, and then you get the confirmation, and then you take that next step, and then like all the support that you need starts coming in. So even the path I was on, that support system said, oh yeah, we have a training for you. We'll give it to you. They gave me the training that wasn't part of what I was in, but they were like, we have this and you're doing it. So here's some more support. And it got more and more and more. And my first summit was, I would say, a wildly successful event, just in that I did it.
Yes, seriously.
I interviewed, more than 20 channelers. Who knew? I didn't even know I knew that many channelers.
That is amazing.
So, and then by the end of that summit, I already had an idea for a second summit, and it was in the PS after my thank you to all the presenters. I'm like, PS, sign up for the Holistic Healers World Conference. And then it was born, like that was the title, and it just dropped in, and people had already said yes to that. And then more people joined in as well, because I think healing is more generally kind of meets more people's needs than channeling is so specific.
It is very specific.
Yeah. So here we are. And now this is my second time doing the Holistic Healers, and you are one of the healers that I get to interview. This year, we're adding in the live interviews. Previously, they were all pre-recorded and then kind of in a holding container, so that when people registered, then they would go up on a schedule. And we still have that aspect. Everything goes up in the free version. It goes up on a schedule, and everything's there for 24 hours.
Okay.
So you have 24 hours to watch each of the interviews. And then this year, inside my Live Your Vision group, you can come in and watch the live ones. And if you register, you get the rest of them. There are 20 healers altogether. So it's really exciting.
Awesome. That is awesome. So I'm curious, Phoebe, number one, the sound is going to be so awesome. Whoop, is that your dog?
That's my little Pomeranian announcing himself. Hello.
It's all good. It's all good. I am curious, Phoebe. So then we're going to access the recordings on your Facebook group?
So the recordings of the lives, those will be up for 24 hours.
Right.
The week of. The other recordings will be only when you register.
Okay.
Then
So register the link. Should I pop the link in now, actually?
Yeah. You have a special link to give them.
Yes.
And the beauty, while you're posting that, the beauty of the link that Rachel is sharing is that she benefits from you signing up under her. So if you decide, we do have a paid option, you can watch everything for free. Each one is up for 24 hours. But if you feel like, oh, I'm busy this week, or I don't feel like I can watch all of that in the time that's allowed, then you can purchase it. Right now, it's the cheapest it's going to be, $67. You get all of the interviews plus the bonuses. Each one of our presenters gives you a bonus interview inside. And those are powerful. Some of them are meditations, some are guided messages, some are some beautiful wisdom to help you with your business. So many good things inside there. So you don't have to pay for it, but if you want to own it and get those bonuses, then there is a cost. And the benefit that Rachel gets, she gets 50% of all the sales on that. Yeah. So if you're thinking about that, like, oh, I think maybe I would like to get that, then Rachel's benefiting too. So that's so wonderful. So there's a link there in the comments that you guys can click on and help Rachel out and support the summit and support yourself in your own business.
Absolutely.
As an angel, right? You're teaching people how to be angel guides, right?
Absolutely. Angel mentors, and leading them through my beautiful programs with the angels to bring the blessings not only to them, right, to the women in the program, but also to others.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I use angels all the time. That's always my go-to when I don't know how to do something and I'm being guided to do it. I'm just like, okay, angels, help me out here.
Good. I love it. I love it. And that's so important, right? To give them that permission to help us.
Yes. Ask
Ask,
always.
ask. Yes.
Yep. I hire them. I
Yes.
give
I
them
love that. I've heard that. Hiring the angels,
hiring
call
the angels. Yep. I give them I ask for groups of angels to handle tasks.
That's great. I love it, especially with all the logistics that you're organizing for this conference. It's incredible.
Yeah. And most of the time I'm resting and I'm handing it over.
Yes, like, all
And then they
right.
tell me which thing to do. And I'm like, okay, I got to do that.
Yes.
Send an email. Okay. You type it. Like, I'll just move my fingers. You tell me what to say.
Yes. That is so cool. I love it. I love it. And so can you give us a taste, Phoebe, of the different types of healers that are going to be a part of the conference next week? Starts on Monday.
Ooh, off the top of my head. Actually, I have the list here.
Being in the moment. And of course, your gifts too. Let's start out with your gifts. What are you mentioned them earlier, but for anyone who's joining us now, what are your gifts as a healer?
As a healer, so I'm primarily a sound healer and a Reiki master, but I'm also a yoga teacher. So those are my gifts. And I bring those into helping people build their businesses online,
awesome.
primarily.
Yes.
Healers like yourselves. And I get channeled guidance for your business. When we're talking about your business, I get the messages and I guide my healers to the kind of structure and systems that really align, as you read in my bio, that
Yes.
align with who you are, what your gifts are, and what your genius is. Like, what are you really good at, so that you're not spinning out trying to do things that are just really extra hard.
Yeah.
And it's not working because it's not your genius. It's not for you to do. So that's how I work with my healers on growing their business online.
Wow, that is so awesome.
Yeah,
And it's so important to be able to do our businesses online. I mean, I gratefully was already doing a lot of my work online before COVID. And now, of course, it's all the last year and a half has fully been all online. But there's so many blessings with that also, Phoebe, right? We can reach so many more people.
So many more people. And the surprising thing is that we can feel it on a Zoom call. I mean, you can't feel their touch, but you can feel the energy. You can feel the blessings. You can feel the guidance. It's palpable. It's very, very powerful. And I was doing that before COVID, and have been in communities where we would practice on each other, so, like, what are you getting from this?
Yes.
Through this medium here, and people are like, oh, I felt this, and sometimes more powerful.
Yes,
because we get distracted by the person in the room, and so
it's true.
In distance you can really tune in and receive the energy, right?
So powerful. Absolutely. I totally agree. I'm seeing that in my angel sisterhood, our conversation right now in my angel certification program as well. We're so connected. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. And so our healers, some people are resistant to the technology of it all. So it's taken a while to recalculate, realign ourselves with these new energies is basically what it is, right?
Yes.
And so to realign and come back in and go, okay, so now what?
Yes.
How do I do this? And I find that, and I'm sure you do too, when you have a mentor, that mentor helps guide you to this simple path. Yes. So that we're not like, oh, now I have a mountain of stuff to learn. How am I ever going to figure this out? Well, you don't have to. You don't have to do it on your own. Right. Now we have, like with the summit, we have 20 people that are going to show you how they're doing it online.
Yes.
Right. From my, like Rachel's going to, you already know because you all work with her here, but we have so many people from, Kiralani, she's a master at helping other healers also, but she talks to trees. She works with tree energy.
Yes.
And we've got Oh, my friend from the Netherlands is on with, she talks about how our bodies, like healing from that images that we have,
Wow.
that we see in the media, and understanding that each one of our bodies is beautiful. And
Yes.
she helps women learn how to use that and step into their own, beautiful power that you have in your body. Right.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, there's just so many. And speaking of bodies, we have Teresa D'Angelo's talking about befriending your body. She uses um, movement in a healing way.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And my friend Susan Ellis Soller, who helps healers understand like how to plan out your content online,
Well,
like
that's
your social
great.
media and your emails and all of that can get overwhelming. And so she narrows
Yes.
that down to help all of us. And my friend Helen Claire Harmon, who's working with the natural world, um, living, humans and earth living together, and how we're healing the earth and ourselves
Yes.
in the process of being connected and feeling our connection.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's there's such a huge range of people. We have my friend Deborah Cat, who talks about raising vibration. Also, she uses, speaks about sexual energy as well. We have Misha Saffron talking about resilience.
Yes.
And
Such awesome
Janie,
healers.
my friend Janie Santoy, talking like, why is it so hard for us to get into action?
Yeah.
Sometimes we're just frozen. We've got so much
Right.
going on.
Let's talk about that, Phoebe. Sometimes we are
Yeah.
just frozen.
Yeah.
What is your take on that? I feel that a lot of that is there's that part of us that's trying to protect ourselves, like our ego.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Oh, I agree. That's so true. And a lot of it, for me anyway, because I get there too.
Yes. Yeah,
For
myself as
me,
well.
a lot of times it's that I'm overwhelmed.
Yes.
And I'm trying to figure it all out on my own. I mean, we spoke about that just a moment ago. But when I'm in that, like, I've got to do this, I've got to figure this out, now I'm stuck.
Right.
I can't take any action because I don't know which action to take. I don't know which direction I'm going.
Right.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you bring in those blessings to your clients because you are helping the healers to how to go online with the business, with their healing business. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And how to use the online. I mean, because a lot of us are online already.
Right.
But how to grow with it.
Yes.
What's the next step to take? How do you move into like using more automated systems? Well, it's fine now, but I'm a little bit overwhelmed and I don't see how I can expand my business. I'd just be too busy.
Right.
Well, where can you start to get some support, hire an assistant, or put in some automated systems so that you don't have to be always contacting people individually.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And how to set your business model up too. We talk a lot in the summit. I ask almost every one of our presenters, what business model are you using? Are you seeing one client at a time? Do you sell packages? Do you sell a program? Like, what does that look like?
Right.
How do you do that online?
Yes.
So yeah.
I love it. It's so inspiring. And your summit, your conference is going to bring these inspired teachings and learning and practicality to help so many healers worldwide. I mean, this is exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're going to have not only those live interviews, but we've got an opening ceremony. We're creating sacred space during that week.
Beautiful.
So we tap into the sensitivity that all of us feel, that we're in a safe container, that we can talk about business and profit and money and technology and marketing and those kinds of things that sometimes our tender hearts are like, why do I have to do that? Why can't I just show up in the world and give you my gifts and get what I need? And like, why does it have to be so complicated?
I hear you on that, right?
Right. So we create that sacred space. We'll have a
beautiful
live opening ceremony and we'll close with this closing ceremony. Those are live. We also have a couple of opportunities with some Q&A time. So you can show up and ask your questions about your individual business. How does this work for me? I heard this and this and this, but I don't know how that works in my business.
Right.
And so you get an opportunity to ask specific questions of me and of the conference. So, and you get to be inside the group and interact with the presenters through their post on their interview. We're also having a video contest just for fun. So everybody that's watching can show up as well and start to get comfortable shining online. Because that's sometimes the first and the most scary step is to show up on video.
That is awesome. So you're going to give like a challenge in a way, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just do that for fun, get in there and practice saying what you do and, short video. You'll see all the details in the group. It's super short, simple way to just practice shining. And we're giving out prizes. I've got $1,000 worth of coaching that I'm giving away. And then every day of the summit, Monday through Friday, I show up live and give people kind of a rundown of what's coming up, what's, what just happened that's still going and what's coming up. And then I'll give a prize on each one of the days too, just for showing up, just for being part of our community.
Oh, that's wonderful, Phoebe. It sounds so wonderful and uplifting and inspiring the whole week.
Oh, good. Right? Yeah. I get the feeling like if I went to a conference, I'd want to interact with people and I'd want to see the speakers, and then I'd want to go to some sort of roundtable discussion and kind of ask some questions and be part of what's going on. So, so we're setting that up, and we have interviews throughout the day, and they're up there for 24 hours. So you don't have to be there on that schedule. But the live interviews every day are 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock Pacific time. So Monday through Friday. So you got that kind of a schedule. So, if you want to catch those live, you can definitely be part of that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So exciting. I'm so looking forward to next week. And I encourage you, dear ones, to register. We had the link below the video, whether you're here live or on the replay, and you can register and join us for this fabulous, amazing Holistic Healers World Conference that wonderful Phoebe here is hosting. And you get to connect with us. I mean, it's going to be like there's chances for interaction here and connecting with other healers around the world.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can definitely feel like you're not alone.
Yes.
We're talking about real life stuff. Like, healers talk about how they face self-doubt, and how to manage like the money stuff that comes up. I don't want to talk about money, but I need money and I charge so much. How do we manage that? And then navigating the marketing and the technology, as well as receiving support. We don't do this alone. You're all here with Rachel's beautiful support and energy around the angels. And you heard me talk about how I support my clients. We all have support. I'm not doing this on my own. I'm not doing this on my own.
Thank goodness, right?
So much support. Yeah. And I think when I hired my first mentor, it helped motivate me to get a lot of things done.
Yes.
And then when I hired my next mentor, that one came with some coaching. And I also understood I needed some support on some other avenues. And there was a community of people that I could reach out to, and we could trade support. And there's an expansion. Don't you feel like there's an expansion to receiving support? Like
there is.
I could only receive this much, and now I can receive this much.
I feel the expansion. I mean, I really do. And being in these communities, and that's how we met, right?
Yeah, exactly.
One of these amazing communities to support not only us and our work, but also to support each other.
Yes, exactly. Because
we're
humans.
Yes.
We're humans and we're trying to be, doing things online. And there's the the potential of reaching millions of people
Yes.
online. We see people do it every day. And
Amazing.
that sometimes is the fear. Like if I put up a video, millions of people are going to see me. Not at first.
Not at first. You'll grow over time and as you're comfortable, right?
Yep, exactly. It comes one step at a time as we're ready. Exactly.
Yes.
And with
Absolutely.
support, you can do it. Somebody to hold your hand. You could do this. Here's how.
Yes. Yes. With Earth
Yeah.
Angels supporting us and also our divine angelic team and our divine team, guides,
Mhm.
our wonderful support angels and goddesses and the ascended masters, whoever you're connected with to guide you in your life, the archangels. So amazing.
Wow.
Awesome, Phoebe. So again, dear ones, we have the link below the video so you can register and join us next week for the Holistic Healers World Conference happening the 16th of August through the 20th. And as Phoebe said, the primary interviews each day will be at 1 and 3 p.m. Pacific. And of course, there's much more beyond that.
Yeah, those aren't even the primary ones. They're just
Okay.
people that wanted to. This is the first year we're doing live interviews. So they were people that volunteered to go live. They were very excited to be live. There's
I volunteered to
an
go live.
energy about that.
There is.
And if you're in the group, if you're just in the group, you'll see those. So that's 8 interviews right there.
Got it.
And then the rest of the interviews are in a special vault that you only have access to if you sign up. So use that link and sign up. It is free. You have the option to upgrade, but it is free to watch everything. And you want to get signed up before Monday. We start on Monday.
Yes.
Monday morning, Pacific time. I think the first one goes up at 9 a.m.
Okay.
So be sure you're signed up so you don't miss any of them. They're worth watching. Yeah.
Absolutely, Phoebe. Absolutely. Well, it's been a joy to bring you here today live and to interview you, Phoebe. And we thank everyone.
A pleasure.
Oh,
such a pleasure to be here with you, Rachel.
Oh, thank you so much, Phoebe. I'm so looking forward to next week. Thank you to everyone who's joining us live or later on the replay. We'll see you next week at the Holistic Healers World Conference. Register and all the goodies will be on the other side for this beautiful conference. So many angel blessings, dear ones. Thank you again, Phoebe.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much. See you all in the conference. Bye.
See you all in the conference. Bye for now. Angel blessings.